Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, into the Meta Madness Qualifier number 4 upper bracket finals. Winner goes on to the grand finals tomorrow afternoon. They have to play a singular best of 5. Loser goes down to the lower bracket finals, has to play a best of 3, and then they can get into the best of 5 potentially. On the left-hand side, we have Saboteurs. On the right is going to be Vinland Raiders. And the map bans and coin flip. Coin flip was won by Vinland Raiders. They opted in for first pick priority. Vinland Raiders do not like fun, so they banned away Braxis Holdout as well as Dragonshire. Team of the Spider Queen and Infernal Shrines banned away by Saboteurs. As the map pick team, Saboteurs have chosen to take us to Towers of Doom for map number 1 of this best of 3 winner bracket final. The heroes that are permabanned in the entirety of the tournament, and there'll be more added in next week as well. We'll be seeing Abathur, Anduin, Genji. Well, we actually won't be seeing. We won't be seeing Abathur, Anduin, Blaze, Brightwing, Diablo, Genji, Hanzo, Hogger, Johanna, Junkrat, Lucio, Sergeant Hammer, Sylvanas, Tracer, and Vala, all unavailable in the entirety of this tournament. This is the Meta Madness style of draft, so heroes that are picked and played are unavailable for future maps in this best of 3 series. As I continue to mention, Vinland Raiders do not like fun. They will ban away the Cho on Towers of Doom. Actually, no, sorry, that's Saboteurs. Sorry, Vinland Raiders were on a different side earlier. Saboteurs are the ones who do not like to have fun. Unfortunately, no Cho golf for Towers of Doom.
Finland!
What's up, ISO? Good to see you, bud. Hope you're having a fantastic Saturday. Thanks for swinging through. You're just in time for the start of the best of 3 winner bracket finals. And as always, heroes that are banned at the top of the screen only are banned away for the current map. So map number 2 could be Battlefield of Eternity. And that would mean, Battlefield of Eternity, you could see Nubrak, you could see Lunaris, so long as they're not banned at the top of that game. As I always say, heroes that are picked and played are unavailable. So if Dahaka is the first pick for the side of Vinland Raiders, which is very, very possible, we won't be seeing him for the rest of this best 3. I think that covers everything for Meta Madness, as well as the setup for Towers of Doom between Vinland Raiders and Saboteurs. Vinland Raiders with their first pick here. Is it the Dahaka? Is it a first pick Dahaka? I mean, this is one of his best maps. Dahaka works on like every map, but this is a very good map for Dahaka. You made pizza playing Darktide with some friends. Can't complain. Sounds like a cozy day, bud. Thanks for swinging through the stream. Thanks for lurking. Hopefully your pizza was good. It's a first pick Maev. Okay. Oh, we actually have Vinland Raiders have a sub gaff. It's no Gia sub. We have an early Hazuab's Vikings. Okay. I like it. It's a little scary, but Hazuab's feels confident enough to take this right into the Towers of Doom early on in the game. But it also, I mean, to be honest, if you think about it, if Hazu doesn't grab it here and they don't ban it away early, I think Sven goes into it as well. So yeah. There's Dahaka. There's Muradin. We get into another ban phase. Let's see. What is the consideration? Probably a healer, or maybe they get rid of the Zeratul. Go in lurk mode so you can catch a few games. Hey, no worries. No worries at all, bud. Thanks for the lurk. Thanks for hanging out. I wish you all the best on your Saturday and your video games. Get all the boom headshots. Chromie banned away, so no worries about the Zeratul. Maybe Saboteurs are considering the Zeratul for themselves. It's very, very possible. God, it is freezing today. God dang. I have a blanket on, like, I have a good blanket. I got a sweater on. I'm drinking hot tea. Still just cold today. Just cold. Okay, they'll get rid of the Jaina. Alright, don't hate the Jaina ban. Okay, so with Garrosh, they need some burst to play off the Warlord's Challenge, Groundbreakers, Toss, all that good stuff. What do they want to grab here? It's Dahaka Muradin. Do you go for an early Tychus, maybe? Okay, they're gonna go Li Ming. There's your Mage Burst. There's a Lurking Arm Stugoth. They can really, really flex on this last pick. Greymane could be grabbed by either side, realistically. So you have a hot drink? I do have a hot drink, and it is keeping me going. Trying not to die in hardcore WoW at the moment. Just don't die. Easy. You're welcome. Next question. You finally have your heat fixed? Oh, hell yeah, dude. Gul'dan Uther for Vinland Raiders, okay. First time you've been warm since the temperatures dropped. When I, because I have a digital thingy for my thermostat, and so it's connected to my phone. So before I came up the mountain yesterday, like when I got up and I was in Sacramento, I set the house temperature to like 70 degrees Fahrenheit. So that way when I came back up the mountain, it'd be nice and warm in the house. Because I did turn it down, of course, when I was gone. No point in heating a house when I'm not here. Last pick, I like the gray. What? I don't. What? Why? I guess. Bellowing Roar? Huh. You also have Skyfall Delay. It's not horrible, I just wasn't expecting a Deathwing. I wasn't expecting the Deathwing picked up here, huh? Huh. All right, we get the load in. We'll introduce the teams, and then we will start our prediction for map number 1, upper bracket finals. To the left of Towers of Doom, we're looking at Saboteurs, Bad Benny, Garrosh, a Dino Li Ming, Yasu Stukov, Rutso on a Deathwing, and Eric, Olaf, and Balog on the Lost Vikings, played by Hasuabs. Over on the right side of our map to the east, we have the Gravekeeper. It is going to be... Oh, you get 1 per series, chat. We have Joan. Will play Muradin. Gaff on a Maiev. Sven to play Dahaka. Nano Gul'dan. And Hunter Orc on a... Uther. Wave of Light level 1 for Uther. Pursuit of Flame for the Gul'dan. A Enhanced Agility Dahaka on the opposing side. Groundbreaker, Warbreaker for Garrosh. Fetid Touch Stukov. Vikings, of course, have their baseline questing on regeneration globes as the Orb Hoarders and Molten Blood Deathwing. All right, there's your level 1s. There's a bit of the scuffle as well. You see a little bit of poke here and there, but no major team fight to be had. The Gamble's up and available for map number 1 in the winter bracket finals. If you would like to make a prediction, get them on in. Y'all have been able to see both of these teams. You've seen them in previous weeks up against each other as well. So it's a bit of a rematch, it's actually kind of like a rematch because they played against each other so many times in all these qualifiers. Bad Benny gets a couple stacks on his level 1 off the wave. Currently have Yasu and friends waiting for the Sapper Camp, but Sven's going to take a step in. An immediate slow as well. Burrows under the ground. No Lurker Strain, no level 4. Pops the little essence he has available. And this top camp will go over to the side of Vinland Raiders. Excuse me, of Saboteurs. But Vinland Raiders, I'm wondering, yeah, they should invade this on the left-hand side. Muradin with block stacks level 1. Those are also indefinite. So it's not like ETC where he gets blocked for a certain amount of time. It is until he takes the auto attack damage that removes the physical armor. Muradin trying to pressure onto Deathwing. There's a little Earth Shatter. The Sappers make it in. Actually, Deathwing stops one of the Sappers. It looks like there's a bit of a bug. Bit of a bug on the Sapper. That's unfortunate for the side of Vinland Raiders. They will walk in more Sappers as well. Bottom lane Fort Front Gate being opened up. Saboteurs have this Viking combo, forcing back to Haka in the top lane. I think Sven was just getting mana. I don't think he was actually super low on many other things. Gonna pop the Dark Swarm, gonna land a drag, gonna take down 1 Viking right there. It is a Lurker Strain level 4 Dahaka, Enhanced Agility level 1. Curse of Exhaustion, or excuse me, Health Fund on level 1 or level 4 on Nano. Earth Shatter onto the ground, and that's a reset for Dino. Takes a step into a little bit of that corruption damage of Nano. Bad Benny a little low, but that's good for his armor, as he does have the physical and spell. Vault of the Warden's activated by Gaff. There's a Stormbolt. There's also a Drain, as Muradin will be able to hearth back for full mana. Gets a little bit of HP. Gaff to do the same thing. Stall for Soak, Unstoppable, Breath into my F cage counter. Yeah. I just like Deathwing is such an odd pickup consistently. Like, I don't think he's bad. I mean, we have this conversation a lot. I just think there's better heroes out there. But we'll see how it all works out. We'll see how it all works out for Saboteurs. Obviously, they're a very, very strong team. A lot of strong players as well, or talented players, I would say. Left-hand side Sven is going to have a delay. Hazuabs tries to get this, but he will lose Balog in the mix. So Li Ming is rotated up here. It's looking a little sketchy for Saboteurs during this first objective. Granted, Deathwing has that Lava Burst. No level 7, so no Skyfall. Left-hand side Li Ming gets the channel. Saboteurs still delaying out bottom area as the Raven Lord laughs. Dahaka gets top right. Hazuab's looking to get this bottom channel. Corruption will delay him once. Murden coming in. Bad Benny has to activate the Indomitable. Eats a Stormbolt for the damage. Still having the rotation from Stukov and Li Ming down to the bottom. This is still up and available. Lava Burst delays and denies. That's the other thing to note too, as Stark was pointing out in chat. The Deathwing does have some really good delay tools around the objective area. Okay, Gul'dan picking up his 27 stack on Pursuit of Flame, getting some free stackage around this objective area. But the thing is to note, and this is also talked about in Twitch chat, there is a delay, there are Vikings on the map. The longer these objectives are delayed, the better it is for our Vikings team. They will continue to soak, and they'll just be able to Lava Burst, delay, and absolutely, the Deathwing pick is starting to make a lot more sense as we see it in play for Towers of Doom map number 1. Pursuit of Flame is done from Gul'dan. Bad Benny's so very low. Does he have a Blood Craze? He's dragged. I think he's deleted here as well. Follow-up's done from Uther's good on top of this all. Gul'dan is still poking at the Olaf, and Hazuabs should lose Olaf here. Yeah, that last little bit of damage over time. Not enough regeneration globes, as our globe counter, I believe, is actually working properly this time. Hold up a second. Hold up a second. Li Ming gets a reset, finds a second with the Cataclysm of Deathwing. And a Viking is now coming down into this bottom lane. And okay, so yeah, the Viking Horde tracker is still not working properly. That's okay. It's not that big of a deal, realistically. We can always, as I said, we can always just push buttons and check things. Oh my god. Viking Eric right there as Murden Dwarf tosses out. That is the first objective of the game, chat. That was the first objective phasing of the game. Really, really hard fought over. It's 4-1 in kills, but with the Vikings still soaking during all of that, really good experience coming in for our Saboteur side, and they will have 10s first. Play again from Vikings. Hazuab's accidentally taking the wrong talent. Everyone knows that Hazuab's loves Longboat Raid. Like, people have to yell at him to not take Longboat Raid. It's just the way of the world. Decimate Garrosh. Got a Helicopter Lad. Wave of Force Li Ming. Deathwing did go Bellowing Roar. He's got 2 cooldowns right there. He's got 20 seconds on his Cataclysm. Containment Disc from Maiev on the opposing side, but also last to note is the massive shove from Stukov. But as I mentioned, Containment Disc from Maiev, Divine Shield Uther, Horrify Gul'dan, Isolation on Dahaka, and Murden will be going for the Playmaker, the Haymaker. Toss. Murden Dwarf tosses in deeper. Bellowing Roar from Deathwing. Murden will be cleansed out. Dahaka brush stalking in. Bad Benny is low here. Oh, wait, hold on. Li Ming is not too upset about that tunnel, that area. Oh, no. How do they not kill Hunter Orc here? Joanna, yeah, is able to Dwarf toss out. Sven with the Earth Shatter. There's a Li Ming reset onto Uther. Dino's gonna get another reset. Is it the Li Ming show? Murden wants to get the objective, or this camp. Containment Disc goes out. Horrify from Gul'dan will connect. The camp is stolen away by the members of Vinland Raiders. Li Ming gets a couple kills. Meanwhile, the Vikings are in position for a channel. Gul'dan will take down another Viking, but I think this Balog is, yeah, I don't think he's gonna be able to get that channel. Maybe Baby Balog delays a little bit onto Murden, just creating a little bit of pressure and harassment, and that's exactly the case. 36 to 28 in core HP as a Viking will be lost. Dino in bottom lane. Gul'dan gets the good suck. Deathwing, level 7. After using Dragonflight, Deathwing can drop meteors anywhere within vision, dealing 93 damage to enemies in the area. Has 3 charges. If Deathwing hits If a hero's hit, Deathwing heals for 3% of his maximum HP. Each charge has a 10-second cooldown, chat. So the objective phases will be traded, 32 to 28 in core HP, favoring the side of Saboteurs, as they will be getting to 13 talents on both sides here. Long pitch, by the way, for Stukov. He's already done with his level 1 Fetid Touch. Warbreaker Garrosh is 1 stack away. Viking Globes we can check a little bit later. Dahaka Enhanced Agility at 6 out of 10 stacks. Wave of Light at 53 out of 60. Pursuit of Flame done by Gul'dan. Has the Fell Armor level 13. The big thing is that 16 Rampant Hellfire for the scaling damage. Excuse me, the spell power increase. The Ming Arcane Orb not connecting onto Nano. Sorry, I'm skimming the Li Ming build. Okay, it's fairly standard. Fairly standard build from Li Ming. Lava Burst opened up into the bush. Dahaka currently running up into top lane to deal with the Vikings. Lands a drag, activates the Dark Swarm. Does have the Ferocious Stalker. And that is going to be Dark Swarm slows enemy hero by 15% for 0.75 seconds and deals 60% more damage while Brush Stalker movement speed bonus is active. So good synergy with the level 1 since you are increasing that duration from 2 seconds to 5. Good way to just burn down these Vikings. Dahako is actually, maybe he's going to get another Viking in top? Nah, Sven doesn't get it, but he's got a decent wave pushing up as well. Will rotate into mid. The bottom lane Sapper Camp cleared up by Rutso's Deathwing. Does have the Wicked Fire level 13. Wicked Fire! Level 13. No, that's my best Joey impression. Dahaka gets a drag into Stukov, who's going to be isolated as well. Deathwing inside the containment disc. Center objective is up. Hazuab's Olaf is going to be moved out of this area. No kills on either side. No talent tier advantage. No level advantage. Dahaka goes for a drag. Murden trying to pressure onto a Viking. Meanwhile, Baylog and Eric are still doing Viking things in respective top and mid. Wanted to quickly check and see, do I have Viking stats set up? I do. That 41 regeneration globes for our Vikings. 20 or so regeneration per second additional. Olaf and Eric go down. Vikings play again in top lane. You can actually see them splitting down towards mid as Baylog did summon them. Hunter Orc getting a bit of damage, or taking a bit of damage. Lava burst on the ground. Gaft is able to get the Spirit, or the Vault of the Wardens. Hazuab's Eric gets a delay on Sven. Objective phase still being worked on here as we get into the top lane push. And Hazuab's gets the channel. They don't delay out any further. Now, Murden's very isolated here, and he should get picked off. Not 100% sure about where Murden was heading, how he got over there. Maybe it was a toss from Garrosh that displaced him. But either way, a nice kill. Another objective over the side of Saboteurs. 32 to 24 in core HP. Saboteurs pulling ahead here in map number 1. Best of 3 winner bracket finals. Uther's gonna just get body blocked trying to walk into the bush from Hazuab's Viking. They're like, wait a minute, what's going on here? Okay. Warbreaker's done. Fetid Touch is done. Wave of Light's done. Pursuit of Flame is done. 8 out of 10 stacks for Dahaka. And his Enhanced Agility. And Pin Down is not completed by Maiev. Deathwing, Molten Flame down the ground, just have the Conflagration level 16. We'll see the Blood Craze and Seasoned Soldier. I was going to say shoulder. Rampant Hellfire, Benediction, Tunneling Claws, full Pin Down, or Fan of Knives build for this Maiev. We do... Okay, I thought for a second. 12 minutes, we have the center teleport opening. The keeps are now going to be... the forts are now keep value. Bellowing Roar splits the enemy team. Gaff is going to get a containment disc onto Li Ming. Isolation into our Stukov as Bad Benny does go down. A very low Dino has to blink away. Throws a combo back as Gaff is a little late on the Vault of the Wardens and still takes some damage. Meanwhile, Hazu's harassing onto Joanna Yaya. Our objective phase is about to spawn here 2 seconds.
The time is now.
Alright, Deathwing's got 1 delay onto Hunter Orc on the low side of this. Dahaka looking for a drag, but I wonder, just wonder, Saboteurs might be taking 8 damage here. The Vikings will push things up across the map. There's Hunter Orc with the channel, denied by our Deathwing. Meanwhile, Eric is denying over at the center teleport. Let's see what we have over here. Eric is going to be falling. Nano getting the channel. I don't think Deathwing's got another charge. 4 shots go into the enemy core. Long pitch, fetid touch. And Muradin delayed out. We also see find a triple kill onto the Vikings. That's a full death timer for all of our Vikings. Anywhere from 30 to 43 seconds. Bad Benny gets a toss into Maev. She's going to be falling. Hunter are going for the channel right now. Does Bad Benny have a groundbreaker? He does. Massive shove pushes Muradin out of place. He does have that Haymaker level 10. Haymaker's away the Garrosh. Trait will kick in. No third win level 1. Bellowing Roar pushes Dahaka away. Long pitch with the slow as well. Is it traded objective? Hazuabs will be getting some of his Vikings back. He will probably not play again because the death timers are not that long. And the 4 shots go into the enemy core. Traded objective. 28 to 20 in core HP. Okay. A tense map number 1 between these two teams. That is a certainty. Rutzo gets the channel on this bottom lane sapper. No sappers on the left side to be grabbed, and these will be cleared out before they get the charge into the keep. Meanwhile, in mid lane, Li Ming is showing with Eric, but everyone else is playing out of vision. Muradin gonna check a bush or two with his face. Doesn't see the enemy team. Blink over the wall, and Muradin's been discovered. No Warlord's challenge, as I mentioned. It's a Decimate Garrosh. We got a Haymaker pushing people around. It doesn't seem like this Muradin will be living much longer as Deathwing gets the damage over time. Li Ming gets a reset. Cataclysm in. Bellowing Roar is off cooldown. Divine Shield activated onto Gul'dan, but Uther does fall. Dino with an isolation applied, but there's no kill into our Li Ming. Baylog about to respawn. Got Olaf and Eric in mid still working on waves. Probably split those Vikings soon. More sappers to the bottom lane. Maybe these ones can be pushed in as Deathwing gets a drop down, clears out the wave. Triple altar phase coming up next around the map, top left and right, and in the center, as the bottom is below bottom lane. Bad Benny is stepping into the enemy team. Mr. Jesus, thanks for the follow. Glad you're enjoying the content. There's a rush stalk in from Dahaka looking for the flank. Sven going to be massive shoved away, and that does kind of save him. Either way, Li Ming gets a reset. Groundbreaker, toss, decimate. Nano going to try and trade into Bad Benny, but it doesn't work out. And now the Vikings are moving all across the map, getting as many shots as possible. Hazuabs is going to delay out top lane, actually. They want to get 15 shots in. Unfortunately, Sven and Muradin will get this delay. Granted, the entire team is rotating up here. Sacrifice the Eric. Deathwing has the Skyfall. And Dahaka, no elongated tongue 16, has the tunneling claws. Li Ming, wave of force, arcane orbs. Dino trying to chase down Sven. He's able to tap the bush and rush on out of here. 10 shots have already gone in. They're looking for the 15. Conflagration is just melting through our Muradin health bar. And Hazuab should have the channel. Dino anchoring just above. Boss is not game ending, but it puts the enemy on 1 HP. Are they considering it here? Vikings play again. Unfortunately, Hazuabs doesn't get it in time. Sven gets the kill. Isolation. But Bad Benny and crew take down this top lane Dahaka. Muradin moves through the bushes. Maybe... Okay, so they're going to take down top lane fort and try and feed in sappers. 13 to 9 in kills, 20 apiece. We actually have Grand Slam Muradin. We did not talk about this. Grand Slam Muradin. Vikings try and play again in top lane, but they can't do it. Another kill as the play again happens. That's like a 5-second cooldown, I guess. Fury of the Storm for our Vikings. We also have Burn Beneath My Shadow upgrade on the Deathwing. Or Stood in Fire. Is it a pack leader? No, Apex Predator. I was misreading the talent icon there. Apex Predator for Dahaka, so he's got a 25-second cooldown, also faster timing on that. Hold up, there's a fighter on the boss right now. Conflagration gets some Burnination onto the enemy. Cataclysm in, Stood in Fire upgrade at level 20. Earth Shatter onto the ground, gets a little bit of stunnage. We have a Containment Disc into Stukov. As that expires, a Muradin will be picked up by the Lost Vikings. Li Ming gets a reset off of that, but of course a Viking will go down to Maev. And Dahaka has got the Lurker Strain level 4, so he's able to bop back the enemy. Singular Altar in the bottom of the game, bottom of the map, will win map number 1 for Saboteurs if they can get it. What's up, Becca? What's up, Lindy? Have a nice day. You too, Becca. Thanks for coming by. Hope you're doing well. Good to see you, Lindy, as well. All the cute kids in chat today. Gaff with the Vault of the Wardens. Has 2 charges from that post level 20, but still, Li Ming gets a reset. Nana will go down. The Flame Breath of Rutso, the Molten Flame, a little too much. Hunter Orc will be picked off. A Viking gets the bottom lane channel. A Viking will be finishing out top lane as well. And the 5 shots right into the core of the Gravekeeper. He does go down. The Raven Lord is successful in map number 1. Towers of Doom to the side of Saboteurs. Saboteurs with map number 1. Oh, I have to wait to pay out the bet. We are on a delay on stream today. Could have done 62 less damage. Alright, channel points have been paid. Oh, chat, what do I want? I'm out of tea. I could go just get some water. That's probably the smart call. Just go get some water. On the weekend, but it was Wednesday, Thursday. They also have a cat, and Bandit was so fixated on their cat. Because Bandit wants to meet cats, but he doesn't know what to do, so he'll get close and he's so confused. And funny enough, Bandit was laying down on the floor next to me, and the cat jumped down, because the cat doesn't really like any of the dogs. The cat jumped down to come over to all of us sitting on the floor, didn't realize that Bandit was there. It was so funny to see the cat's reaction, realize Bandit was there. Like, the cat thought the dogs were gone and came down, and then went from super curious and nice to immediate mean face and, like, hissing. For those of you who want to know, apparently it's a ragdoll is the type of cat. Either way, we're here into map number 2, going into Garden of Terror for our upper bracket finals. Saboteurs did just take a victory on Towers of Doom with their Vikings composition. Sorry, I chugged too much tea. I chugged the last bit of tea and then I ran from the kitchen. The Garden of Terror will be our second map. Tomb, Braxis, Inferno Shrines, Dragonshire were banned away by these teams. Towers of Doom was the first map. The losing side, Vinland Raiders, opted for first pick priority, so this is going to be the map choice of Saboteurs. If you would like to know the 15 permabanned heroes for the tournament, those are pinned at the top of Twitch chat. I've already read those off to all of you. And the 10 heroes that were previously played on Towers of Doom, Vikings, God dang it. Vikings, Dahaka, they're going to be unavailable for Garden of Terror as they were picked and played. Heroes that are banned at the top of the screen only are banned away for the current map draft. So if we do get a map 3 and we could go to, I don't know, Battlefield of Eternity, we could see a Cho'Gall. Caribbean Mule uses rum instead of vodka. That sounds very good.
I will fight to my last breath.
How come you and Grubby don't cast together anymore? You were cute together. Well, one half-muted Eskimo, welcome. Or how do I say half-muted? I don't know why I said that. Half Eskimo, welcome to the stream. 2, we were hired by Wisdom for CCL, so that was part of it. And 3, Grubby doesn't do Heroes content anymore. I mean, he does, but he doesn't. Like, he'll put his toes into the river, or he'll put his toes into the pond that is, I wouldn't call it a river. It's more like a little spill on the floor, how big we are. But it's Grubby dips his toes into the pond that is Heroes of Storm like once a month. I've reached out to him to do casting together. It just doesn't work with his schedule. So I've tried. I've definitely tried. I've reached out to him and said, hey, I've noticed you've been doing some Heroes content here and there. Do you want to do some Meta Madness casting? And unfortunately, it just does not work with his schedule. Also, I think Grubby was kind of riding the HOTS wave when around BlizzCon, because everyone was like, oh my god, they're gonna save HOTS! So Grubby was like, well, that's good content for me. Like, Grubby's like, I could easily get another 1,000 viewers on top of what I normally get because people have got the copium. So, it's a lot of those things, like Grubby's his own dude when it comes to his stream schedule. I've tried to reach out to him. Unfortunately, it does not work with his schedule. Maybe, hopefully, fingers crossed in the future with all the RTS games coming out, maybe we'll do some casting together for that, but unfortunately, no. Sorry. Unless you wanna fund another massive tournament and hire Grubby and then yeah, unfortunately, the only way that we'll ever cast again or in the future is probably when there's some new RTS esport. That's pretty much it. All right. There's a thing with cats and dogs. They have some sort of... Well, here's the thing, Lindy. The cat doesn't like the dog that lives there as well. Hostile and Haley's cat doesn't even like their own dog, Strudel. And they've been around each other for years. So, or not years, maybe over a year. So, yeah, it's just, that cat's just mean. That cat's just mean. Grubby also isn't gone either. He was in chat here a few days ago. That is true. That's true. Solid answer. Hey! That's all I can give, is I can just give a well-defined answer to you. And as I said, like I don't judge Grubby at all. Like if you want to dip your toes into the HOTS pool and get in a bunch of nostalgia kids to give you a bunch of subs and money and stuff like that because you're doing HOTS again, dude, go for it. Like that's the ebb and flow of Twitch streaming. Like Grubby pulls in like 2K kind of no matter what he does. That's not true. I think he did like poker one time and he had like 1,000, but still, Grubby still pulls in good viewership no matter what he does. And you know, if he wants to bump that viewership up, make some good ad revenue, doesn't hurt to put your toes in. I just want you and Try-K to kill it. Who? Oh, Trixler? Some cats are also assholes. Yes, that is true. Yes. Tater's a good cat. She's just a bit of a jerk. She's a good cat. She's a jerk. I apologize. I've rambled through this entire this draft. Let's get into the cast. I will start us up a prediction, and let's find out who's going to win Garden of Terror. Sorry for the distracted draft from my end. Let's see. Is this the final game of the day? Alrighty, everybody, welcome back in. We'll start our gamble once we introduce our teams, and let's go ahead and do that exactly right now. On the left-hand side of Garden of Terror, we're looking at the members of Saboteurs with a Hazuabs, a Leoric, Bad Benny with a Varian, Yasu Malfurion, Rutso Zagara, and a Dino Chromie. There's your level 1s at the bottom of your screen if that will sway your bets, because I will start that prediction in just a moment when we get into our mid lane scuffle. But on the right-hand side of the map, it is Vinland Raiders looking to take us to a map number 3 through Garden of Terror. Joanne Ayaya will play a Mal'Ganis. We got a Nano, Nazebo, Hunter Orc Rhaegar, Sven on Rexar, Misha, of course, played by Misha, and Chen to be played by our lovely Gaff. Alright, no mid lane scuffle to be had. Zagara getting some creep out. Leoric holding is level 1. We'll see the Widowmakers for Nazebo level 1. We're going to see Freshest Ingredients on the Chen. We'll have the Time Walker's Pursuit for Dinos Chromie. Usually at Horror Anomaly is the pickup on top of that. Alright, there wasn't really a major scuffle, so let's go ahead and start that prediction up for all of you at home. Could be the final game of the day, chat, so let's see some good channel predictions on this one. As a reminder, we also do have some fun channel point redemptions, audio stuff, as well as Christmas card and bandit redemptions as well, so there's good excuses to try and get those channel points in. Owasun's Renewal for our Leoric, as Mal'Ganis comes in with some Fell Claws. Night Rush is met by a Root from Malfurion. We've been distracting you, to be fair. Yeah, that's alright, though. Alright, 2,000 to 1,000. That's it? I mean, there's a Nazebo, though. But there's a Nazebo. Alright, there we go. Vita's in. Let's see. There's the Adhoral Anomaly, as I was thinking for Chromie. She gets her talents 2 levels early, so at level 2, she's got her level 4. That math we can do. Ouija, thanks for the redemption. If you are looking for the Christmas card, it will be at the bottom of the channel point redemptions, just about, as it is the second highest redemption on the stream. I believe the first highest redemption on the stream is the near $500,000 point sock. Alrighty, top lane being pushed in by Hunter, Orc, and Gaff. Rutzo and the Zagara doing their best to push back the enemy. Some flame breaths out from Chen. Did go for that deadly strike level 4 with the synergy on the level 1. Earth Living Enchantment. Big Voodoo for the Zeratul. Hunter Gatherer on the Rexar Misha. Mal'Ganis is going to be going Echoes of Doom. Echo of Doom. Oh, good Night Rush to be able to back away. Mal'Ganis will not be picked off. Paralyzing Rage on Leoric. Now the slow for Skeletal Swing is at 60% with the 20% augment or add. And a Venom Spines on Zagara and Taunt for our Varian. Okie dokie. Oh, wait, hold on. Also to mention, a proper greeting on Chromie's level 4, or level 5. Uh-oh, Taunt Misha! Somebody call the Humane Society. We don't call PETA because PETA's poo-poo. We call the Humane Society. That's what we're gonna do. Betting big, let's go. Heck yeah, let's go. Doing my best not to swear as much. It's not bad, but I mean, it doesn't hurt to just use a different word than... It just doesn't hurt to use different words. Also, our stream becomes more family-friendly. Which, I do know that there's some people who actually, like, watch with, not kids, but younger adults, if you will. So we try and make it family-friendly here, as best as we can. Just don't watch on Fridays. That's usually when I swear the most. Or I actually do watch on Fridays, just mute me. Taunt from Varian into our Mal'Ganis. They're gonna eat a Bile Drop from Zagara. Dino's got the sand, and that is Mal'Ganis' first blood of the game, and looks like Mal'Ganis is gonna go have a beach day. Granted, as a Dreadlord, I don't think he really wants to go to the beach too much. Oh, Leoric, can he Wraith Walk out? He can! Unfortunately, flying kick in from Chen will confirm the kill. It's 1 for 1, but Varian comes in with a taunt. There's the Zagara Bile Drop second stack for her. Man, when Varian point and clicks a stun, that's really easy to pick up that stackage. Azuab's has cheated death. He's already respawning in the top lane. Hunter, Orc, and Gaff are just pushing up the wave a little bit here. Hazu with the spray after being picked off in top, respawning and clearing things out. Got a Nazebo doing some double soak duties, trying to pick up more baseline Voodoo Ritual stacks. 59 currently. Time stop on to this Nazebo. There's a really nice double sand from Dino. Cleanse from Rhaegar to get him out of that quicker, and a zombie wall. Hold on, Bad Benny comes in with a taunt. Nano almost going down. If the team had stepped up, they would have definitely gotten the kill. Let's blame the team. So Hazu gets the drain onto Gaff, which is going to force the kind of the break in that tether. My apologies, Zagara will get picked off in the bottom lane. Looks like there was a rotation down from Mal'Ganis, and she will be squashed on the bottom left. But of course, that opens up an opportunity for Dino to get the channel, and that's 2 out of 3 seeds to the members of Saboteurs. Now, Saboteurs win. It's a 1 to 2.43 payout for those believers in Saboteurs. A 1.7 payout for Vinland Raiders if they do win. Misha slowed, and she will be taken down here in the bottom lane. That is a half a kill, right? Misha's half a kills? Yeah. Or no, she's 0.25. What am I thinking? What am I thinking? She's 0.25. Sorry, my brain. I'm thinking of Diva Mech and Pilot is half a kill.
Prepare to gather it.
You've switched? Yeah, I've been using, like, hell isn't that big of a deal, but I mean, why not? If you could just use heck instead. Heck and frick. Just lean into the Midwest. Lean into the Midwest.
I suggest you do it now.
Okie dokie. Alright, so. I'm just waiting to see what's going on right now. We have another seat up and available. Saboteurs could be getting it. Leoric is still pushing things up and top. Misha is going to be discovered here, but I don't think she'll be chased down. Objective phase still being left alone. Yasu throws down a root, tries to zone out the Mal'Ganis, who's working on clearing out some of the creep of our Zagara. And Totem comes down with the lightning shield on it. It does get a clear onto the creep. Dino pressured right now. Carrion Swarm activated. Silence from Malfurion. Does get a silence onto Chen. A stasis from Dino with, like, no HP. I'm not sure how Dino gets out. It's like 200 and something HP. Dino's picked off. The Ancestor healing coming out from Rhaegar. Hunter Orc with a good heal. And Chen has to pop the Wandering Keg to back away. Meanwhile, Siege Giants have pushed up onto the fort here from Hazuabs. $108 stacks and rising for our Nazebo. 15 Hunter-Gatherer stacks on the Rexxar Misha, who have gone to top lane, clear things out. Taunt into Chen, Mal'Ganis on the left-hand side being drained by Leoric. There's a Night Rush through. No Wandering Keg available for Chen, but he does dive in deep. Bad Benny on the bottom right of her screen being zoned away by Nazebo and Rhaegar. Rhaegar trying to run in and help out the teams. There's a time stop onto 2. Flying kick into the camp as Rexxar has made it down. We will see a kill into Mal'Ganis, and now that's a disengage from Vinland Raiders. They did have a slight experience and talent tier advantage for a moment in that fight. It is Dire Beast level 13 for Rexxar Misha. You usually see the aspect of Hawk. Rexxar Misha's basic attacks increase the damage of the next Misha charge by 15%, stacking up to 150 bonus. Here come the Garden Terrors to the side of Saboteurs. 3-3 in kills, 13, about 14 on both sides. Zagara's gonna just throw in as much siege potential as possible. She's actually gonna be going beyond the fort right now and looking to. Okay, I thought she was trying to position. Oh, there it is. I thought she was trying to clear out the minion wave. She waited for it to stack. Bottom lane immediately goes down. Misha and Rexxar on top are doing their best to clear things out. The Overgrowth Plant is the first thing. In mid, Chen is going to activate the Wandering Keg. He's got no target to jump to. There's a cleanse from Rhaegar, but it doesn't really matter. He's forced to use the Ancestral. That Ancestral, I did not see the health bar move whatsoever. So the Ancestral just kind of keeps the health at a point. Top fort does go down. Mid lane fort still being assailed. Bottom lane Garden Terror is extremely healthy still. I was looking at this. God dang, it's just about 50%. And it doesn't look like they're going to be able to get a destruction on this mid lane fort. Hunter Orc is inside the Slowing Sands. Bad Benny comes in for a charge taunt. Gaff flying kicks in. Wandering Keg 8 seconds away from use. Bad Benny charges to an ally with his level 10. Huge silence from Malfurion. Devouring Maw will catch the Misha. Bad Benny taunts onto the bear, but it's not enough. The Wandering Keg has split Rutso, who is going to go down. Will finish out the level 7 Bile Drop. Unfortunately, still gets picked off. Time Trap from Dino. Good damage into Mal'Ganis. The Carrion Swarm is active. Get some heals from that as well. And Vinland Raiders with a few late game kills, pushing up that experience in their favor as Nazebo does his best to continue to soak things out here in the bottom lane. 140 plus stacks on his level, or his baseline. He's definitely on the way to finish this out before level 20, and we'll be able to get that Voodoo Ritual. Speaking of finishing things out, we have a Rexxar finishing his level 4, Hunter-Gatherer. Oh, not Hunter-Gatherer. Yeah, Hunter-Gatherer. Sorry. Brain flipped it. Alright, well, that's all the stackage. Nazebo and Chen are done with their level 1s. Rexxar and Misha done with their level 4. Bile Drop is completed by Zagar at level 7. And that's all the questing talents outside of, as I mentioned, Nazebo stackage.
A seed has been planted. It
Next seed is up and available, spawning in the left side of the map. The Garden Terror phase did just go over to the side of Saboteurs, so we're back to 0 out of 3 seeds on both sides. 16s on both teams. Spectral... No, that's not right. It's the Unyielding Despair as well as the Crushing Hope. Hold up, there's a Slowing Sands on the left-hand side. Taunt as well. Misha's going to take a little bit of damage just at that 15 armor. Gets a Mend from Rexar. In the top lane, there's still camps crashing. Leorc's going to go to bottom lane and soak things up for the team. And it's going to be seen in lane, so they know, okay, we got to try and step in and maybe get a kill here. But Mal'Ganis is getting chunked. Gets a chain heal out from Rhaegar. Wandering Keg activated by Chen. Pushes Zagara away, looking to chase down someone else. But Chen is getting a little split from his team. Vile drop down from Zagara once again. Hunter Orc has the channel. Leorc will not be able to interrupt. There's a Devouring Maw into 2. Rexar and Nazebo. Chen trying to give enough to share with his level 16 drinking talent. Level 13, excuse me. Slowing Sands, silence from Yasu, Ancestor healing onto Nazebo as Rutsu will be beaten up by the big old Slappy Ghost. And Vinland Raiders making a case for map number 3 as they get quite a few kills here. Blind as a bat, looking pretty good as Bad Benny will fall. Lone Chromie does her best to defend, but she's going to time stop onto 1. Chen's going to tank a couple tower shots. Dino gets another time trap out, tries to zone back Gaff with that one. Wandering Keg will open up an opportunity for Dino to back away. Chen tanks a couple tower shots, but it's no big deal. Meanwhile, going into the top lane, Sven opens up this fort and going to try and find some parity on the map. As I had mentioned, making a case for map number 3. This is the best of 3 in the upper bracket final. Winner goes to the grand finals tomorrow and has to just play one best of 5. Loser will go down to the lower bracket finals and has to play a best of 3 and then a best of 5 if they make it through that best of 3. Chen takes down the mid lane fort. Sven finishes out top. And structure count-wise, parity has been found. 1 fort remains on the left-hand side in the bottom lane for Saboteurs. Mid lane on the right for our Vinland Raiders. 176 on stackage on Nazebo, so you just got to hit level 20 and pick the correct talent. Okay, 3 to 9 in kills. Vinland Raiders are looking pretty good here. Bad Benny, they find the Mal'Ganis, the Slowing Sands. They have the healing reduction from level 13 from Varian, and the Blind as a Bat has opened up an opportunity for Joanna Yada back away. Bad Benny's now in the really rough spot, is able to get away, but the big Slappy Ghost is here. Does Malfurion have a heal in time? There's a Devouring Maw onto 2 players. Zagara drops down some roaches, and no kill onto Bad Benny, but a really scary moment. Devouring Maw and Wandering Keg, Boars, as well as a Slappy Ghost were used in that engagement. See those on cooldown still. Ancestor healing and Carrion Swarm up and available. Twilight Dream, Taunt, Slowing Sands, and Entomb from Leorc available on the left-hand side. But speaking of our right side for Vinland Raiders, they're going to try and run onto Hazuabs in this top lane. He should be able to Wraith Walk out if he really wants to make... Yep, there it is. He'll take a third of his HP and damage. Not that big of a deal. Is this going to be an objective given? It looks like it is. Without 20 talents here on the side of Saboteurs, Vinland Raiders will have Garden Terror spawning. And they're going to delay this out for a second or two, allowing Hunter Orc to start working on this camp. Mid lane is a counter camp, as well as bottom has a Siege Giant camp going up. Bad Benny considering what to do here, waiting to see maybe what the movement of the enemy team is. As we get into top lane, Hazuabs is going to be able to apply the drain. Oh no, he's going to Wraith. He's going to Wraith Walk out. Okay. Hoo-wee! Varian in bottom makes quick work of this Garden Terror, and we'll make sure that that bottom lane fort is sustained. Mid does have the Overgrowth Plant summoned. Zagara gets a Bile Drop, clears that out, and this Keep Front Gate will go down. Meanwhile, in the top lane, Leoric clears out the Overgrowth Plant as well, which locks down structures, applies a drain to our Misha, but we'll focus on to clearing things out in this top lane. Mal'Ganis coming through, he's got some follow-up CC, but Leoric is able to get his Wraith Walk out. Chen going deep in with this Wandering Keg inside the Entomb, tanking tower shots, does reduce his armor. Twilight Dream from Malfurion actually connecting onto Mal'Ganis, who gets the Carrion Swarm. He does have the Seeker Swarm 20. Zagara will go down to the Nazebo. Is that no, it's going to be the upgrade on the Voodoo Ritual, the Vile Infection. Misha does go down, another quarter kill over to the side of Saboteurs, as we have that damage up for all of you if you're wondering. Azuabs is able to back away. The Misha kill has bolstered the experience. The keeps are saved, but this top lane keep is on just a touch of HP. Maybe a little bit more than well, it's got not a whole lot of HP. Piercing Sands, Chromie, Brood Pack for Zagar, Pack Instincts. We'll see the Astral Communion. We'll have the Lord of the Alliance as well as the Buried Alive for the York. And speaking of Buried Alive, Mal'Ganis is trying to get out of this Entomb, but the body blocking from Hazuabs is too good. He's going to Wraithwalk to try and chase down the Chen, but unfortunately the Wraithwalk lands inside of the Wonder Keg and bops Leoric back. I was actually a little surprised we don't having the Burning Despair at level 20 for Hazuabs. He's just going to go for the Buried Alive, get the lockdown. And hey, that level 20... It does take down or sets up the kill into Mal'Ganis. Leoric is not going to be able to get to that point in time. Hunter Orc with the Hearth out. Chromie scouts a few members over here, but doesn't see the Rhaegar and probably assumes he went back for mana. Taunt into Chen immediately. He's going to be able to back away just fine. A little bit of pressure onto Hazuabs here, but he's not too concerned. Chen takes a bit of sand damage as he's going to be able to tap well, I do believe. Misha getting low. That's a Nazebo inside the Entomb. There's a root from Malfurion as well. Misha will be falling. Ice Block allows Nano to have a window, and Sister Healing, Farseer's Blessing will trigger onto the Nazebo. Not sure if that healing splashes into Chen. It does look like it. Time Stop and Twilight Dream. A little anti-synergistic there. Time Stop will not put the silence onto the enemy. What's the passive increase on this? Increase the Twilight Dream silence duration to 5 seconds, right? Top lane, as a wave pushing in past the keep, they're looking at, wait, hold on, a taunt into Mal'Ganis. Is he going to be deleted here? Carrion Swarm, Seeker Swarm upgrade. There's going to be some sleeps onto a couple members. Malfurion cleanses out, I think, Bad Benny there. Chromie manages top, and honestly, you can just give this objective phase. There's no point in really being this, like, yeah. Especially with Chromie dealing with top lane, you just give this one seed over to the enemy. It is on your side of the map, but whatever. Play it slow, play it safe. You're kind of falling behind on the side of Saboteurs. That's a good Entomb onto the Mal'Ganis. He's rooted from Malfurion. Uh-oh, though, bad Leoric will be traded. Bad Benny with another charge. Flying kick over onto Dino. The camp is up and available and will go to the members of Vinland Raiders. Meanwhile, Bad Benny is going to still rotate down to the bottom lane. Goes in for a charge. The taunt is there as well. Bottom lane keep has gone down to catapults. That is what the destruction you heard in the background was. Oopsies, there we go. 228 base stacks on the Nazebo. The bottom keep, as I mentioned, has gone down. Top keep has fallen as well. A win condition is here for both teams. 27 on Mal'Ganis, 8 for Leoric, but Leoric can, well, of course, he's been cheating death, but also he can respawn on the battleground rather than the Hall of Storms. Mid's cleared out. Top lane catapults are just, yeah, the catapults are cleared out. Easy. The minion wave is less of a concern.
Best not fight over it, hmm?
The other big thing to note is it's consistent catapult pressure against nothing in bottom lane, so this is actually a fine trade for Vinland Raiders. They don't have their Mal'Ganis. They know the enemy team's going to be around the objective, so get a free fort in bottom lane. Get yourself at least periodic catapult pressure to match, as I had mentioned, consistent catapult pressure. Since there's no keep in bottom, there's always going to be catapults spawning in this bottom lane wave. Boom. And actually, on the note of that, what are catapults dealing? 400 base damage, so that's 800 into structures. So very good damage so far.
Yet
Mr. Bandit.
Seed.
That's enough, bud.
I trust you know what to do.
That's enough, bud. Okie dokie. 6 to 11 in our kills. Tension continues here. Bottom right of the map, Chromie's got a time trap set. Actually, she's got 2 time traps set up. Some Zagara creep as well around. It does kind of seem, based on the positioning, like Misha and Rexar are shown in top lane for a moment. Pushing up the wave a little bit. There's the assist ping. Chen, not timed out. Mal'Ganis doesn't delete the time trap. There's the time trap onto the Nazebo. Buried alive on Chen. He just drinks through the pain as that expires. Carrion Swarm with the Seeker Swarm coming out as well. Bad Benny getting really low. Wants to try and charge away. Mal'Ganis slows things down. Huge Devouring Maw and Sister Healing onto the Chen. as Bad Benny's gonna try and just heal up a little bit around his banner in bottom lane. Big root from Mal'Ganis, or Malfurion. Mal'Ganis with the Night Rush trying to jump in. Rutzo's so very low. A taunt from Varian, and Zagara Mal'Ganis are traded. Zombie Wall doesn't find any enemy heroes. Mid lane does have Siege Giants and such arriving. Top lane's got 3 catapults coming through as well. Bottom lane has a few catapults getting to core as well. Seed channeled by Hunter Orc in uninterrupted. Misha might get picked off here. Yes, that's another quarter kill. Oops, sorry about that. I don't know why we locked in. Kata's on core. They get some shielding, and that's all that they gain. Meanwhile, mid lane keep is falling. Catapults over here are going to be needed to be cleared out. Leoric is hearthing out of the mid-bottom area, and their core might take a bit of damage here from all these catapults. Leoric's got some quick clear, but the catapults are raining in as they do fixate on structures, and 4% off the Saboteur's core. Next seed could be Garden Terror for the side of Vinland Raiders, and that might be enough for them to win since top lane is constantly being pushed in. And the wave, or the objective, goes, or descends or spawns as far up as your current wave in the lane. So if your current wave is all the way back here, that's where your Garden Terror spawns. But, on that note, the Garden Terror does not lose health naturally over time like the Web Weavers on Tomb of Spider Queen. Garden Terrors lose HP when they auto-attack. Now, I don't think that's going to be a case here because based on the map positioning, it seems like Vinland Raiders are going to give this objective, and they'll fight over the next one, which will be 3 out of 3 for one of these two teams. Meanwhile, the call is going to be for a mid lane keep. Get that consistent catapult pressure up against the periodic of your own. Alrighty, nicely done from Vinland Raiders in map number 2 of this best of 3 upper bracket finals. What's on the line for this? Winner of this goes to the grand finals tomorrow afternoon and has to play one best of 5. Loser of this falls down to the lower bracket finals and will have to fight up against whomever comes through that in a best of 3, and then they, Vinland Raiders or Saboteurs, could be then fighting on that best of 5 grand final. So more games to play. Just a shorter day tomorrow and less games as well.
We'll have another seed to gather, heroes. It won't be long now.
Back in my day, you could take down the well before you took down the Forter Keep. It's very true, Wildfire. It is. And before that, Towers had ammunition. Yeah, I can't talk today. And ammunition. There we go. Don't know why I want to say anime musician.
Gather the seed before you.
Alright, let's blow away our stats here. Time stop onto a couple. There's a taunt from Bad Benny. Blind as a bat. And oh wait, the Night Rush is coming through. There's the Carrion Swarm. Bad Benny getting chunked here. The Annihilating, or the Big Slappy Ghost will take out Varian. Doesn't look like there's any sort of counter kill potential. Oh, things are looking a little sketchy. Devouring Maw will catch the Rhaegar and Misha. I don't know here, Saboteurs. It's looking like Vinland Raiders are going to be taking us to a map number 3, but who knows? Exactly. Thank you, Stark. Next year, Blizzard will release HOTS Classic. Of course they will. You know what? But at least I don't have to deal with the copium until, like, next year. I don't know, like August. I feel like next year, August, people are going to be like, but wait a minute, BlizzCon's right around the corner, Baha. They're going to save HOTS again. 17 seconds on Bad Benny, Varian. The Night Rush is coming through. They're opening up an opportunity for the waves to crash in. Mid is just about getting to the core. The shielding is absolutely, it's getting depleted. Blind as a bat from our Mal'Ganis. He gets the Ancestral Healing just in time. Farseer's Blessing will give another health bar on top of that. The core is going down. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to a map number 3. GG, well played. Vinland Raiders keeping the games going today. Hello? Hi. There's some good memes in my Discord today. You're gonna grab a drink before map 3? I might do the same, honestly. I might do the same. Final game of the day. I'm really hungry today, though. I am hungry. Oh my god. Bad Benny is playing? Indeed he is. Indubitably. Like eating Chinese food but tacos? I don't think Chinese food is that salty. And you're back right in time with a drink. Yeehaw, chat. Happy Saturday. Cheers. Boo! Alright, well, we're going to Battlefield of Eternity for the final map of the day. We are here in the upper bracket finals. Winner goes down. Winner will go into the grand finals, which is a best of 5 tomorrow. Loser will be in the lower bracket final. This is a double elimination bracket. If you'd like to check out the bracket, exclamation bracket. As we do have a Samuro Cho ban here on Battlefield of Eternity. We've had a Tomb Infernal Shrines ban from Saboteurs. Vinland Raiders got rid of Braxton Sold Out in Dragonshire. Towers of Doom was the first map, won by the side of Saboteurs. They opted in for, or excuse me, Vinland Raiders opted in for first pick priority. Saboteurs took us to Garden of Terror just now. They lost that map. Saboteurs have opted in for first pick priority, so this will be the map choice of Vinland Raiders. And we have 20 heroes banned away, as they were previously played on maps 1 and 2. We've got 4 bans at the top of the screen, and we also have 15 perma-banned heroes for the entire tournament. If you'd like to know what those heroes are, it is a pinned message in the top of Twitch chat. You drink a lot of water afterwards. I mean, every Chinese place is different, but like the Detroit Chinese I remember, man, oh, I don't remember being this salty. Urel Greymane started out for Vinland Raiders. I'm not too upset about that. Urel Greymane's not a bad start. What do they want to grab with the Cassia? Artanis is fantastic for this map. I do believe Artanis is up and available for this series, yeah. I don't believe Artanis was played. Double shot because I felt like it. Hell yeah, brother. Oh, it's a hyper carry Cassia. Zarya, Deckard, then they're gonna grab a main tank and a solo laner. Okay. What do they want to get rid of? Treat yourself, yeah. Okay, the shielding, the attack speed augments, the movement speed. Okay, I can see it. Ouch. I thought my arm was not. Just ripped out my headphone. Alright, so yeah, the Tyrael ban is actually pretty heads up. I do like that. Last ban on the left-hand side. Probably could focus on a healer, maybe? Either that or maybe get rid of Li Ming. I don't... Oh, no. Li Ming was played on map 1 by Dino, if I'm not mistaken. So that's already out of the pool. Oh, they'll get rid of Arthas. They don't want to deal with the attack speed reduction from Arthas into the Cassie and stuff like that. What if the Deckard was a tank? Sorry, I know what you mean. I don't know why, but my brain pictured Deckard Cain as a tank. Like, a giant tank, and the cannon was his head. Like a super long neck, and then the cannon face is his face. Don't know why. This is where my brain is. Back in the day, Sailor Jerry. I've never had Sailor Jerry. I remember seeing a bottle of it. Like, my roommate had a bottle of it. But I was drinking Burnett's at that time because it was cheap. I think my roommate got Sailor Jerry because for some reason he had to spend like, I don't know. When you're a broke-ass college kid, like Burnett's is cheap as shit and just whatever. You're not drinking for taste in college. That's a certainty. You're not drinking for the taste. Also, Burnett's is super cheap. You can just throw it in whatever. So. Last pick on the right-hand side, Urel, Greymane, Imperious, Tyrande. Thrall, maybe? I actually really like the idea of a Thrall here to really... Yeah. Thrall is actually... There's like, Sundering's good. Earthquake could be an option. But the people demand Artanis. Sergeant Deckard, yeah, like, I'm picturing... But he's just a tank. He is, like, there's no like, little person that... There's no little human that jumps out. He's just a giant tank. Like almost like Thomas the Tank Engine, but a tank and Deckard Cain. I don't know why. Some absolute delicious or organic ginger beer. Nothing wrong with enjoying what you want to enjoy. It's only when people sit there and judge you for what you enjoy that it becomes stupid. Like when people are like, pineapple shouldn't be on pizza. Well, I mean, if you're not eating it, why does it matter? You know, if I enjoy drinking a Coors beer instead of drinking some, I don't know, like Old Rasputin or something like that, like, I don't know. Like, taste is subjective. On the right-hand side, we have Vinland Raiders. We have got a Sven Urel, Nano Artanis, taking a look at a Hunter Orc Tyrande. Joanna Yaya will play Imperius, and Gaff will round out the team with Greymane. To the left-hand side of the map, it is Saboteurs, Hazuabs on Sonya. We'll see a Bad Benny ETC, Rutso Zarya, Dino Cassia, and Yasu will be playing the old man, Deckard Cain. All right, let's get into bottom lane. Let's check out our level 1s. Let's get our player vision set up. Why is my camera locking onto people? Why are you like this? Am I... There we go. Sentinel, Sentinel, Sentinel. It hit Bad Benny! GG! Toronto will go into Lunar Blaze level 1. We've got an Artanis with amateur opponents. Solarian Flare upgrade with the Consuming Flame level 1. Where's Chess Looter? Probably watching college football. Zarya with the strong... Together We're Strong. Cassia Thunderstroke. We've got a Tough as Nails Sonya. Sapphire on the Deckard Cain, and ETC will go into Block Party. All right, well, there you go. There's the Twitch predictions up and available. Get your gambles in. Final game of the day, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get some big predictions on these two teams as Gaff is getting low here. Cassia goes in with the Fend. She's bopped around by Urel, Righteous Hammer, and Dino. Should be first blood of the game, but Yasu comes through with a Sapphire and some good heals. No kill just yet. Wait, hold on a second. Bad Benny is going to set up the kill. Deckard Cain snipes it with a Herodric Cube. And first blood goes over to the side of Saboteurs. What's up, Faffin? You're just in time for the gamble. What if I enjoy typing but dislike reading? What? Then you should be a secretary of sort. If you like writing but not reading, you'd be great at diction. Betting on the Zarya Rutso, I honestly, if I was able to gamble on my own channel, I would be doing the exact same thing, to be honest. I would be betting on a Rutso Zarya. It's fairly good. Okay, sorry, I'm just skimming through Twitch chat, making sure I'm not missing anything. If I missed you in chat, I apologize. Hope you're all having a fantastic day. I appreciate everyone hanging out. As a reminder, as always, if you're watching here on Twitch, be sure to drop a follow. It costs $0. We do stream 6 days a week. Do a lot of HOTS content. We also get some variety in there as well. If you're watching over on YouTube, be sure to like and subscribe so we can grow the YouTube page a bit more. And if you're hanging out here on Twitch and you're like, there's a YouTube page, yes, I upload 1 video per day. I'm fairly quick on getting, like, Meta Madness VODs up and stuff. Those are actually already, like, Qualifier 2, I think, is already done, and Qualifier 3 is already going up on YouTube. Like, they're uploaded and they release every single day. I'll be editing these VODs later today as well. So, if you want more content, be sure to join or subscribe to the YouTube. And once again, it costs you $0. Like, we grow the channel a bit, you get another thing to watch. Bottom lane siege is continuing from Saboteurs as they've opened up the fort front gate. Artanis is going to be swapped out of top lane. Hazuabs is now up against Sven as our Artanis Nano is going to be going for the camp. No, he's just going to be rotating down to the team. Wait. paint that Deckard tank. What? Avenging Wrath in, Sven. Spear from Sonya will connect. The Sapphire gets the slow, but Hazuabs can't close the distance after the Avenging Wrath out. Well, it makes me feel stupid every time. That's not the intention. Hope you and Band-Eaters are happy. You're full of bacon and eggs. Ooh, very nice. Yeah, we had a good little vacation with some friends and family down in Sacramento for Frank's Giving, as we've been calling it, because I was drinking and I accidentally said Happy Frank's Giving to everyone the first night, and it just became the thing. Bandit had a blast down there. We watched the dog show. We went to the park. We drank beers. We had a bunch of good food. We laughed so much. Like, it was funny because I was, when I was going down, I was like, oh man, I'm not streaming. Like, I don't have to talk all day. Like, I'll be on like almost like voice rest in a sense. Nah, dude, the next morning when I woke up, we had laughed and joked around so much that like my throat hurt from just laughing. It was such a good time. Bunch of really good human beings to hang out with. Absolutely worth it. So the top lane objective will go into top lane in favor of Vinland Raiders. They're going to be pushing in. Bad Benny with the power slide through onto Gaff, who's going to be trying to get out of here as quickly as possible. Razor Swipe and a Dark Flight disengage. We also will be seeing Thick Skin level 4 for our Greymane. Using Dark Flight grants 50 physical armor against the next 2 hero basic attacks, while in Worgen form, reducing the damage taken by 50. Dark Flight is the lunge in. Disengage is when you go from Worgen to human. Oh, the image in your head, oh, I see. Okay, sorry. I was confused about the painting comment. I was like, you want me to Baja Ross this? I can't paint anything but mountains, man. I can only paint nature on a macro scale. I'm not good at micro yet. So, like, here's a good example, if you don't know what I mean. Macro is landscape. Micro would be painting a flower. Like, if I were to just paint a tulip, that'd be micro, because you're really getting into the details of it. Much like in photography. Micro photography is like bugs with, like, insanely short-distance macro lenses. Micro lenses, excuse me. Well, that's actually, I think they're macro lenses, as they're called, but anyways. Macro's still landscape. Think of it like Heroes of Storm. Macro play is map play. Micro play is team fighting. Could you paint a pyramid? Probably. But I have never done structures before. I really want to do an Anne Orlando painting, but I'm so nervous because I've never done. Well, I've done like Bob Ross like he does one dimension with his structures. It's really like his 1 point perspective. Excuse me, not 1 dimension. He does 1 point perspective, so it's all like pulled to 1 point rather than 2 point perspective where it's 2 points. 2 point perspective is like the most common thing you see with a lot of hand drawing and stuff. Macro for small bug shots, yeah. Macro and micro can be applied to econ. Oh, absolutely, yeah. It's a very, very, I wouldn't say general term, but it's a very common term in many different facets of work and such. Fallen Shaman and Impaler camp in bottom lane, trying to push things up. Hazuabs has Wrath Berserker active. You know because 1, there's a purple bar, but 2, Hazuabs has the glow on the weapons. The objective phase will be at the 50% mark. ETC power slides in. It's a mosh pit ETC, but he's not going to drop a mosh onto this Imperius, not Mal'Ganis. Now I want to do, if I could do anything, I would really want to paint some sort of Gothic architecture. If I were to really learn structures in painting, stay well and listen. Oh my God, it's Godly! Oh God, stay well and listen, followed up by a 3-member mosh pit. Wrath of Angiers gets an abduct onto somebody, but meanwhile, Hazu's like, I'll just keep slamming, I'll just keep jamming, and holy hell, nicely done. Yasu MVP of that moment. Clip it and ship it, chat. Clip it and ship it.
We stand
2 points very common doing structure. Single points need for scenes with people. Yeah. 1 point. It's just I've always practiced 2 point perspective doing architecture and stuff like that. So it's very, yeah. And then you get into isometric drawings, and people fucking hate isometric drawings. I was very good at those, so. Power slide in from ETC, focusing on to Imperius. He's dropped to 50%. Spear in from Hazuabs onto Sven on the low side of our screen as I pull away the talons and zoom out so you can see everything. Expulsion Zone pulls Mal'Ganis out of position. Oh, I don't know why I keep calling him Mal'Ganis. Pulls the Imperius out of position. Spear in from Sonya. They're looking to rocket in through this top lane further. And the Immortal in melee range, around a third of its HP, will go down, working on this keep front gate. Still 9 seconds on the Imperius. Curse bullet out from Greymane. Avenging Wrath in from Sven, but that's the end of the fight. Excuse me. We didn't cycle through the other numbers. Let's do that. We'll take a look at 13s once these are over. You voted for the red team. The only thing that scares you was the stay a while and listen. Dude, that stay a while was giga cool. Was amazing. So flippin' good. 6-2 in kills, about 13 apiece. We'll see those 13 talent tiers after we check all these other stats. So we'll be out in just a moment here. Oh, I thought there was a phase prism onto ETC. He's gonna get pulled away by the Wrath of Angiris. A Celestial Charge goes in, and somehow, someway, ETC lives. The Decker Kane Zarya healing and support is just perfect enough. No kill to be achieved onto ETC in bottom lane. Thank you for the clip. I appreciate it. Probably feature that clip and post it on the Twitch story thingy after stream today. Gilnean Cocktail splash through. A big swap onto Bad Benny. He's going to get the face melt. The fork goes down, but the last shots will connect, and the cow is cooked. Barbecue for lunch from the side of Vinland Raiders as the Tyrande Lunar Flare will connect. There's a stay well and listen, zones the enemies. Sven comes through with an Avenging Wrath. Hazuab's trying to spin through the pain, but he will go down. And that's a little unfortunate to lose 2 members just as the Immortal phase spawns. We will see Greymane immediately lunge into this Immortal and start working on it in Worgen form. Speaking of Bahamut, we do have that coming up this week. I haven't landed on a date yet for it. It's either going to be Wednesday or Thursday. I'm unsure currently. Uh-oh, we got a little bit of a pause right now. We have... pull ourselves out of the game, as we always do. We have a Discord issue, so we're going to let that resolve, and we'll get back into it. We told our player 5 times his mic wasn't working, and now he catches it. Okay. Sorry, I am just checking out that clip really quickly, trying to get things a little organized here. Off schedule Bahamut tournament. Yeah. With the tournament on Saturdays and Sundays. With the tournament on Saturday and Sundays, we have been we've been doing Bahamut during the week. Oh, this is not where I want that. Yeah, thanks, Lindy, for the clip. Tell Bandit he's perfect, Mr. Bandit. You are perfect. Okay, it looks like we are back into our game. Give me 1 quick second to get us transitioned. Furious, not Mal'Ganis. Stop it. Alright, there we go. Let me minimize this really quickly. There we go, we're back into it. My apologies. I did swap us over. Indeed I did. Barrier onto Dino, clearing things out. The Immortal Big Bad Belith in the bottom lane will be coming through, dealing over 1,400 damage into structures. Tyrande did not go for the Harsh Moonlight at level 13, got the Ranger's mark as we pull away this Belith stats. He's going to take down this top lane fort with ease. Sonya, Hazuab's working on top lane, trying to pull in that experience for the allies. This Imperius stepping beyond the fort with the help of Gaff, lands the Celestial charge in. Great. Oh, wait, hold on. Bad Benny swap. The Wrath of Angiers will not get the kidnap they're looking for. Bad Benny swapped once again. Celestial charge in. Big blind from the Artanis. Starfall activated by the Tyrande as well. The Immortal still has its shield, so it's going to attack from range until that's lost. It does seem like this is going to be an Immortal phase won by the members, or excuse me, this Immortal phase will take down the fort, and we'll get Keep Front Gate for Vinland Raiders. Bandit is perfect. Indeed he is. He's a very good boy.
Has failed, yet we have not seen the end.
Oh, where's my vision button? There's a vision of Nano really quickly. They see the enemy on this bottom lane camp. These will be traded out. Top lane will be pushed in. Zari and friends see all this. Now, what's the game plan from Zari? And yeah, that Sentinel's going to see them going for this attempted flank, and that's not going to be working out. Okay, 6-4 in kills, as chat's pointing out. Saboteurs have been getting a few good kills here as well, and absolutely they have been. Experience, though, is made up. Minion experience makes up for the heroic kills, as well as that mercenary deficit. And then a little bit of a loss in passive, but not too much. So, slight experience advantage to the side of Saboteurs, but it's still pretty equal at the end of the day. At least for the time being. Imposing Presence, by the way, for UTC at level 16. Executioner Greymane, Alpha Killer, I believe, is still banned away. We have Valorous Pursuit. God, we see so much Valorous Pursuit from these Imperius. This is really cool. Imperiis. Okay, our next Immortal phase is up and available. Both teams have 2 keeps up. We have Sven with a Righteous Hammer. 72 stacks on this Cassia. What are we looking at scaling damage-wise? So the scale damage is 123 damage plus the base, which is 308. So 431, something like that. 431 damage per Q from Cassia, and that's still going to be scaling per level and per stack. Ball Lightning zones Sven off to the left-hand side. Hazuab's with Wrath of Berserker active is working on the Immortal phase. The rest of the team is zoning around their own defensively. Hazuab's going to be buffed away. That's going to be a kill into the Artanis. Starfall from Tyrande. Speaking of, well, actually, no, that's Greymane who was inside the mosh pit. Tyrande does get the interrupt onto Bad Benny, but Avenging Wrath over the wall. Sven going to be hit with a stay while and listen. Gets the insta-mount, the Particle Grenade, no kill. ETC with the power slide through, does not have the Encore level 13. No cooldown reduction on his heroic per face melt. But either way, the first half of the Immortal is still looking pretty good. To the side of Saboteurs who get themselves an Artanis kill. They will lose their Cassie, actually, I realize. My apologies on that. So it is a 1-for-1. And both teams will go into race potential. But of course, the first half is going to be triggered by the members of Saboteurs. Looking at this Fallen Shaman in top lane with the catapult as well. Working on that fort, or that, yeah, the Keep Front Gate. Decker Kane lands a big scroll of ceiling. The Zarya Expulsion Zone pushes the enemy away. Speaking of pushes, ETC is going to be bopped by the Immortal Spin. ETC actually hammering onto this Immortal currently. Cassia dealing with the camp that was at the core, or at least at the top lane keep. Artanis goes in for a Blade Dash swap and is going to be shy of landing it. Yasu is being targeted by a few enemies. Face melt from Bad Benny pushes back the enemy. And now Bad Benny is low, but gets a shield from Zarya just in time. Ball Lightning from Cassia goes out. It's no level 20, so no infinite. That's going to be broken between Hunter, Orc, and Gaff. And the Immortals are on the second phase, but they are in defensive positioning, so that does allow some resets to be had here. Who was I seeing go back at? I believe it was Greymane was getting full and everything. Sonya goes and makes a quick catapult clear in top lane. There's also a camp on the left to be grabbed for bottom. No invade onto the camp because it's just about over with. Greymane's Inner Beast is active. He's got that glow around his weapon. He's trying to poke at the enemy before it expires, and it looks like it will. Swap from the Artanis. He gets the unstoppable set factor from that, or his status. There we go. The line from Artanis, that is going to blind the autos. We still have spell power attacks. That's an Avenging Wrath in onto Hazuabs, who's got Wrath of Berserker active. Wanting to back away. Sells the spell armor reduction as well. Expulsion Zone down from Zarya. Rutzo ain't able to get the good pull onto Joan. Yasu's getting low on this Decker King. Gets a bubble from Rutzo. There's going to be a scroll of ceiling on the ground. Cassie is the one to go down to the Greymane. Now Bad Benny getting lunged on by this Worgen, and it's a double kill for Tyrande Greymane on the side of Vinland Raiders, who will start working on this Immortal. Right-hand side Immortal with 1,915 HP, but I don't think they can step in. And this will be an Immortal going to the bottom lane, as it looks like Imperius chased down the Hazuabs. The Hazuabs, a
Triple kill.
and 20 talents here is going to roll through with this bottom lane. Keep front gate and bottom is shredded mostly. No towers for defense, only the keep. Seraphim, we've got Blunderbuss, the upgrade on Starfall, which I don't know off the top of my head, the Celestial Wrath. Increase the slow Starfall to 60% and cause it to apply Hunter's Mark to enemy heroes affected while inside the area of effect. We have the Orbital Bombardment from the Artanis. Not only do you get a second charge, but there's a 10-second cooldown between uses. And you also will be seeing the upgrade, the Unrelenting Descent, which is pretty cool, but we'll check that out in a moment. Maybe at the end of the game, because it might be the end of the game right here. Have the members of Vinland Raiders done the reverse sweep? It's the best 3, but hey, they lost map 1, they won map 2 pretty well, and here in map 3, Battlefield of Eternity, it's looking good for our red side to maybe move into the grand finals tomorrow. Bad Benny goes down. Barbecue for lunch. Wrath of Angiers pulls Hazuabs away. The Immortal's taking down the core. Yasu is going to get bopped out of a Stay a While and Listen. And even though we had an S tier Stay a While and Listen with a Mosh Pit follow-up, this is going to be the members of Saboteurs taking the series in a reverse sweep, best of 3, map number 3 on the side, or for Battlefield of Eternity. GG, well played. The payout for Vinland Raiders is 1 to 5.92. Unrelenting Descent. Descent from the Heavens restores 30% of Imperius' maximum HP and mana. Consuming a Valorous Band reduces the cooldown of Wrath of Angiers by 10 seconds.